Las Vegas is the city of broken speculations. Las Vegas is the city of armed masturbators. You're crazy. Las Vegas is a city in statistics only. In all other respects, it is a jungle. A jungle of green filled crap tables, of roulette layouts, of slot machines in which the entire population is devoted to fleecing the tourist. There were 12 million of them in 1962, and the number is increasing every year. They come here to gamble, to have a fling, or because they are curious. And Vegas embraces them all. Eager to satisfy their craving for gambling or any other vice with a flourish not seen since the last Cecil B. DeMille Roman fucking spectacle.
I'm just standing around the block all night, you gonna buy some coffee?
Give me a double decaf ice espresso mocha with a twist, my good man.
Yeah?
Here in Vegas, the idea of art simply evaporates. It flies off in the face of the stronger realities in which this place is saturated. Sudden wealth, endless orgasms, Dean, Martin. Vegas is the Disney World of terminal greed. And part of its appeal to the pop sensibility is the infinity of signs it contains, all plugging the same product. Luck. The product is abstract. Only the signs are real. Vegas embodies a kind of American giganticism, but not because the place is big, but because it seems to be. Vegas's monuments to the city lights, they're conceived on a scale far beyond anything most artists ever get a chance to work on. Las Vegas is a work of art. Bad art, but art all the same.
Keep that ready.
like a warm round of applause for poet, historian, and cat fancier, Mr. Donald Riley. Thank you. This one's untitled. Las Vegas. Home to a million buzzing, blinking uncertainties and a million solidly evanescent truths. An individualist collective in the middle of nowhere and everywhere, all at once. An immigrant ascendancy growing. To what end? Even those who lead can see only. Vaguely, halting, darkly, with focus, light, and rhythm shifting in the blink of a cat's eye. Las Vegas, a 21st century city governed by 19th century ideas, where Joseph Smith's children and the daughters of Sodom, the yucca plant and the gutted car, the Salvation Army and the nightstick, and the golden booze up and watered down revival meetings collide, contend, and realign themselves. A Hicktown metropolis where untradition is traditional, surface is substance, and yet there is more. If you look back. Nevada, a land with no fine Nevada. I'm sure you all agree. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome winner of the Hiram Hunt Poetry Award and all-around fabulous babe, Felix Rash. Felix Rex, poet extraordinaire. Nobody's buying coffee tonight. Look at this. Look at Jerry over there. Look at that expression on his face. This is the man who's about to lose everything. He gives us his space to promote the arts, and no one is buying any. Look, that man just stole his tip money. God, that's horrifying. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome poet, photographer, singer-songwriter, the one and only William Vos.
Thank you, it's about time. The dream, the ideal. The world is my conscience, I have no mind. The winds of the people blow my thoughts, their moods and their whims my existence. I am without soul. I am advised and guided through life for my own sake. Yea, though I am sometimes plagued by the spirit of independence, I do not have sorrow. The world protects me, the people that save me from myself. They prepare a table for me with the foods they enjoy most. They encourage me to eat heartily till my appetite is scant. Surely my total conformity will keep me all the days of my life, and I will be revered and loved by the world forever. Don't you want your children to be like me?
Oh, excuse me.
Some things
No music.
But they do, and when they do happen, we invariably ask, what was going through that person's mind when this was going on? Let's take a look. This is called At Long Last Love. When we were young, you were everything I wanted. I hung on your every word. Day and night, I dreamed of carrying your books, walking you home from school. We could watch cartoons over our homework, laugh while pondering the mysteries of 40 times 12, and maybe I could give you a kiss. But that wasn't what you wanted. To you, I was someone to laugh at and to play tricks on. Just a silly, gullible boy. But that's all in the past. Now I'm a man, grown up big and strong, and soon you'll know it too. It's been a long time. The buds I remember have blossomed very nicely. Your long, flowing, flaxen hair, now it's cut short and permanent waves. Why did you do that? Doesn't matter. Even if you weren't the right girl, justice would still be done. I've been watching you for days. You were so easy to follow, I almost wondered if you wanted me to track you. Now I'm waiting around the corner as you're leaving your new job. You say you're not afraid of the dark. Will you be when I'm done with you? We shall see. We shall see. This mask itches like mad. I want to tear it off, but I must wear it to protect the innocent. I check my blade one last time. You're coming closer. You're getting warmer. Soon. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a few words from a close personal friend of mine. Some of you know him as Virtual, some of you know him as Sonic. Some of you just know him as that swanky guy. A few words now from the one and only Mr. Dayvid Figler.
I am so pleased to look out today upon so many friends and relatives from near and far, and am proud to share this transition in my life, and proud to declare before all of you and God that today I am a man. It reminds me quite a bit of the parable of Sarah and her manservant Plashamki, Deuteronomy 6:13. It was a quiet Sabbath morning, not unlike today, and Plashamki awoke, aroused as usual, which of course we all know now to be because of oxygen depletion, which occurred overnight and just a replenishing of the natural biological processes, but I digress. I'd like to dedicate my appearance here today to the suffering refuseniks of Russia, and Tommy Toon, and David Hasselhoff and the cast and crew of Baywatch, and to Mr. Hooper, God rest his soul. Death. I read that your heart stops beating when you sneeze like that. A sneeze. So much like sex. That feeling. Exactly like sex. Sneezes and sex. Exactly alike. But of course, sneezes last longer. You know, I say that and I wonder if I'm doing sex right, or perhaps I'm sneezing in a way that is terribly detrimental to my health. Pepper makes me sneeze, and perfume makes me sneeze. I was in a department store and the lady in a lab coat gave me a piece of paper. Have you sampled Minotaur by Picasso? No, I haven't. Smells like Guernica. What she said? What I said? I'm sorry, she said. I'm sorry, I said. I took another sniff of Picasso. Fruity! It transported me to my parents' house when I was 13. To these bowling trophies. And it all came back. My entire childhood came back. 13 came back, which was terribly odd. Because up until that point, my entire childhood had been blocked out. Well, not all of my childhood, just birth till age 25. But it all came back. It came back in a whir. I remember the day that I won the bowling trophy. This one for first place. This one for a 200 game. I was so proud. My parents were so proud. I had become a man that night. Under my covers, in my bed, there I was, with a flashlight and a shaker of pepper. Today I am a man. Achoo!
My God, that was touching. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the song stylings of the one and only Mr. Andrew Hall. Make this fucking exciting.
Now, if only I knew how to play guitar. I'll try. They've been searching for it. They worked their whole lives towards it. And then they came upon it. The sea of vomit. They found the sea of vomit. And they descended upon it. And when they reached the shoreline, each of them puked and took their time, soaking in the nauseating sun, unprotected by the ozone. They burned to ashes, emerged from the sands of the ocean. I once discovered a comet. Got my name It fell in the sea of vomit. Up, chuck in, tidal waves, destroying the cities with the gross rejected waste. And when it dried up, it left solid vomit all over the place. With that awful stench that makes me want to throw up too. And now, the sea of vomit is home to me and you. We live in the sea of vomit. No wonder the government bombs it. It's horribly gross, and you know that suns it. Florence, sea of vomit.
Vomit! Spitting.
Famous such in Florence. They worked their whole lives towards it. And then they gave up on it. I'm going to keep Greg standing there all night. Well, it makes the microwave for me.
That was without question the most vile and disgusting song I've ever heard, with the possible exception of MacArthur Park.
I know, the kid's a genius!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please, we can have a little decorum.
Somebody got a bag!
Somebody get a body bag.
Get a bar bag!
Yeah, I know, Speak. Would you please welcome
Andy lives!
He's okay.
Hey!
one of our very finest poets, the lovely Taynee Gardner.
Thank you. Blank orchestra, give me Slow Blues Groove, please. Look at me! I am a man's worst nightmare. I don't need a man for anything. Say what you will.
promote it on the 4th of July and put up a nice, very lovely country club. So, best of luck, Steve. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of a message from the lovely, the sultry, the look but don't touch, Miss Winona Underwood. Oh, she's also the virtual pinup girl.
What's glamorous to you? Okay. How many of you have beautiful girlfriends? I want to hear some people. How many of you have beautiful girlfriends? Your girlfriend's beautiful, isn't she?
Oh yeah, her girlfriend's gone.
She's not a glamour model, but in your eyes she could be. How many of you have beautiful wives? The most beautiful woman on the planet. Where does that beauty come from? I know, girls, you're thinking, when I wake up in the morning, that man laying next to me does not think I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. But he does. And that's why he's there day after day. Where does that beauty come from? That beauty comes from God. Say you don't believe in God, then who do you believe in? Where does that belief come from? It comes from inside. In the same place where that beauty was planted long ago. And we're just waiting for it to bloom. We're waiting for you to bloom. That's why every single woman in this room is the most beautiful woman in the world.
Fellas, I want to get up and do my thing. Go ahead. I want to get into it now, you know. Go ahead.
Isn't she sweet?
I messed it up, Geoff.
You're splendid.
But I left that whole line out, the whole most important line, that every woman in the room, every woman in the world is the most beautiful woman in the world, and that's the whole point. I left it out.
I still love you.
Was it still good?
It was still wonderful. Everyone loved it. Yes.
I left it out.
I've seen the worst minds of your generation destroyed by the return of disco. Thump, thump, thumping from above your head. From out of the sports pub.
Disco, disco, disco.
I wasn't allowed to do that last night because I'm supposed to be the straight guy. And I wasn't allowed to wear costumes, you know, so I just got to get that out because I haven't been doing anything all semester any reason.
Thanks, Don.
This is a serious portion of the show. You had an A-minus, James. That's pretty good. Somebody else's number, I guess. This is dedicated to something that happened 50 years ago on the shore of another ocean.
Fuck it, they're getting this.
Dedicated to people that we visit graveyards for on Monday. You toast life is a stuff of novelty. She as sage said wisely, saying she was part gypsy, half broken, but not quite as crazy as me. She whispered that one can unravel now, tracing the travels and journeys from islands strewn in the Pacific to this fog bay bohemian metropolis, where life is a stuff of novelty, more or less. Sailing from palms to pines and redwood, has been tracing these flesh lines of the past, hitchhiking across time, within your soft open as warm as the fervor of conversation, Vesuvio's bar, next door to the City Lights bookstore and fog. We fondle words. I once drank a toast over the Arizona. For those crews I never knew, I once drank a toast in Vesuvio's. For women I never really knew. Warships were sunk in palm lines and poetry. The names of distant women drowned in memory. As much of life is spent within conversation, she spoke in island streams of consciousness. We confessed to preferring obscure books over sunken battleships. And Stevedale at lunch, the fresh cappuccino at dawn, but we drank both and more, sometimes the other way around, since life is stuffed with novelty. After thinking, beaches strewn, from the Pacific to the Caribbean, we both sat on bar stools, our minds fixed on old rusted hulls, faces fixed in grins and skull bones, arguing with anarchists, bad monks, agnostics, about the 44 giants of feudal politics, while our sudden bootsteps wandered from Candlestick Park and cappuccino cafes to beaches and back with secrets tucked in purses or pockets. Evenings, lounging in almost fictitious addresses where the guests were not quite ghosts. Parties where like dancers linger around stereos. Now we do this over coffee cups or mugs of ale, as if a couple could breathe emotions, rekindling oceans and relations. I once drank a toast in San Francisco for women I never knew well enough. I once drank a toast over the Arizona for a crew I never knew at all.
Rodak. And now, ladies and gentlemen, just released from a maximum security institution, please welcome, say,
I hate welcomes. Welcomes are like, how you doing? Hope you're doing all right. You know what else I hate? People. I mean, you wake up in the morning and you're like, here I am. Just slept, I'm up, it's me. Get out of bed, and you're like, my bed, my wall. Walk in, go to the bathroom. My piss. There it is, that came for me. Now it's going into the toilet, I'm gonna flush it. It's gotta go up, and go to some landfill, probably include some prairie dogs home. And I did that. Then you're like, you don't brush your teeth, but you go out and you go, what's this? Ingredient, shit. Cool. You pour and you go, it's my body. Then you open up the front door and you see people. Like, I guess you think you're something special because, you're alive. You know what else I hate worse than people? People who think. They sit there and they go, I just thought of something, and, I think we should do that. I like people who say, I don't know. What time is it? What are you doing? Hey man, you want to smoke a joint? So, did you guys actually pay money to see this? All right. I was gonna have to say, you want some heroin? Yeah. It's really brown sugar, but here, take it anyway. Because art, I guess it's cool. You got these used condoms hanging from the ceiling and all, but couldn't you guys have just stayed at home, gotten a fan? You with me? You plug it in, it turns around and keeps it cool. Anyway, you plug it in, you take one of those Boy Scout flashlights and just tape it to it, turn it on, maybe put some spin or something on it so it'll have weird psychedelic colors, and turn it on and stare at it. It's art. I hate art. I like that other thing that's just like art, but it's better. Product. This is a product. It's a ring. See? Art is a weird picture that has triangles and spheres and globular shapes, and you look at it and you go, again, drop him down a trapdoor, yank him off with a hook. Excuse me, I'm not done with my bit. And I understand that, hey.
Somebody get Sage in contract. We need to sign him immediately.
Right here, right here. You know who I am.
Well, that's certainly virtual. Yeah, I remember when I had my first beer, too. All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. How you feeling? All right, ladies and gentlemen, now welcome that crazy band all the young kids are talking about. That fabulous foursome from Liverpool, England, here on the virtual stage tonight. Let's have a warm round of applause for the one and only Tippy Elvis.
I'm just gonna moisten up a little bit and I'm gonna be ready to sing. So please talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. And I mentioned I won these bowling. Bunny on her butt for free. Her name was Jamie, his name was Mike. She held his beer belly from the back of his bike. You could say she was pretty, you'd be telling a lie. Her next tattoo a dancing bear right on her thigh. Mike was soon gone, the next guy was Dan. Airbrush houses of the holy on his customized van. Jamie was bored, she wanted something neat. She put roses on her hips and dolphins on her feet. She put I love Dan right on her left cheek. He saw it and freaked. He was gone within a week. It's the choreography. She got a tattoo. She got a tattoo. She got a tattoo. Tat, tat, tat. Tattoo. He put the yin and the yang all across her face. She ate a lot of taters to get her gut big to fit a replica of Arnold Zippel the pig. And then she shaved her head to put the misfits are cool. Her left forefinger spelled ween and the right four spelled tool. She put Hervé Villachese up and down her back. It was a tattoo. Cost her 9 rocks and crack. Yeah, she did a lot of drugs. Part of the scene, but on the upside, that meth helped her keep her place clean. But that drugs was just a phase, and she soon got into art. Then she put Nietzsche on her one knee, and the other Jean-Paul Sartre. She got a tattoo. She got a tattoo.
little ditty. All right, band. You ready, band? All right, this song is, if you're a pregnant woman, you may not want to be in the room for this song. That's all I gotta say. All right, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna go. No, I'm not gonna do that. You know, a little bit about myself. I don't have a lot of musical talent. This is a given. We go to rehearsals, and the band says that I sing like a prisoner. They say I'm behind 8 bars, and I'm looking for a key. You know, I'm responsible for all the banter. Are we ready to go? Let's go. But first, let me introduce you to the band, because we're just going to get the hell out of here after the song. On the keyboards behind me is a man who needs no introduction. So, on the tuba is Ginger Bruner, the one who blows like no one blows. And we mean that in a good way. You know, the kids. Hey, there's Brian. He's on the guitar. He wears fangs. Why? Why not? And the other guys, I have no idea who the hell they are. And I bowl. I love to bowl. And dance. Here we go. I jump in when the spit bucket pool down there is big enough for us to wade in. So there's gonna be some waiting. Sometimes you have to ventilate, it's really cool. Oh yeah, baby. Can I bum a cigarette? Can I have just one drag? You know, it'd be kind of like a culture shock to be in England and say, I'm going to smoke the fag. It had a filter anyway. You know, if smoking was a baseball team, well, I'd be the biggest fan. I'd smoke Camels through puberty until I became a barber. Now let's go! All it takes is one cigarette. All it takes is one cigarette. All it takes is one cigarette. And a little
to the Elvis has left the building. Poor child. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a brief message from the great god Pan, deity of wine and lust. Oh, Pan!
Okay, folks, this is intermission. 1 cigarette outside, or find something else to spend your time with.
Can't see shit right now. Lens cap.
He had the lens cap on. He had the lens cap on.
All right, the show thus far, what do you think?
What do I think?
Yes.
Pretty damn good.
The show thus far, what do you think?
I think it's all right, man.
Hey, check it out. Let's compare crosses, man.
If I tried to play
Compare
clarinet,
signs
it
of
would work.
religion, man.
This is mine.
Yes.
This is his.
This was given to me. This is imported from Virginia.
JB! Sockatoon, JB.
Well, hey, what's that?
Ah, God! Good. Mr. Crosby,
Yes.
the show thus far, what's your opinion?
Show? We're doing a show?
We're doing a show.
Shit.
Bingo! Let me see your nipples. Woo!
We got less than 5 minutes, so everybody who's in Act 2, be ready to go back on stage.
We got plenty of time.
Don't listen to Jason Quiggle.
This was the puzzle we were supposed to put together.
I'm gonna give it to everybody in the audience.
We're good. Feelings on the show so far? My sentiments exactly, Geoff.
It's a great show. I'm having so much fun. I haven't had this much fun since I don't know when.
Since you picked the fruit from the trees.
Since I picked the fruit from the trees. No, even better than that. Much better. Much more fun.
You want to come on? Anybody in the audience? In the audience? Is anybody in the audience?
Welcome back. Yes, the second act of Virtual. Ladies and gentlemen, glad to see everybody came back. You all came back. You came back. That means you like me. You really like me. I'm sorry, I was channeling Sally Field there for a moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our first poet in the second half of tonight's entertainment is the wonderful, the fabulous, lovely to look at, delightful to know, author of The Wolf Cycle. Please, a big round of applause for the very talented Miss Deborah Kohen.
A long time ago, I heard on the radio that a star was dying way out there toward the edge of the universe we know. And I grew so sad, imagining some mournful race of Minoan-esque aliens stoically facing the death of their world. I realized I better start living each day as the end of days, better stop planning a distant, happy future. That was the lesson death taught when I was young. A few days ago, I heard in a video that when a star dies, its imploding force pulls in all the energy particles in the neighborhood for an atomic slam dance of orgiastic proportions that explodes into the birth of a new galaxy brilliant baby stars spiraling out amid clouds of colored light as large as 1,000 worlds. How silly, then, to fear any kind of death. That is the lesson of my age. Of course, the star death witnessed 15 years back actually happened many millennia ago, perhaps before our world was even born. Its Hermian light trekking tirelessly through snow-bright, starry space to bring us story-hungry earthlings its message. And I would like to tune myself carefully and patiently enough to receive all the messages coming to me from long before I was an impulse in the mind of an atom. In the 20th century, they say that consciousness is alienation. 20th century man is alienated man because he knows too much, knows there is no God, knows there is no purpose, knows there is no goodness, knows too well how separate his inside is from everything outside himself. I say, alienated man knows nothing, knows not that inside and outside are made of the same stuff, like two quarks doing the tango, knows not the intelligence of his peculiar fate, and cannot see the great goodness of so many ordinary things, because he has closed the shutter of his soul to all but evil, which is everywhere you look for it, and implodes like everything else. I want to be old, too old to mistake transience for permanence, too old to be fooled by any appearance, even that of my own moon-marked face, too ancient for any but the most crucial, momentous, and fruitful endeavors, too old to be concerned at all about myself as if I were separate, as if I were a child in need of care and entertainment, as if I did not have a purpose, a responsibility, and an adventure to unfold. I want to be old, to die all my deaths with dignity, and dazzle the very ether with the exuberance of my birth. I want to live looking outward, hushing the inner cries of doubt and desire, so I can hear, so I can hear, so I can hear what calls me, what teaches me, what is asked of me, surrender my separateness, and do what I can. And to man. Pure sugar has nothing over you, sexy sweetheart. The gazelle bounding across the plain does not move with finer grace, nor any wind whisper more lovingly, nor any truth reveal itself with greater sincerity. Fate left you at my door for me to deal with. In bewildered panic, what a burden you were. So young, so despairing, so much in need. You have taken me to this launch pad inside myself where I belong. Oh, look at all the broken poems I used to write. Remember all the jagged shards of glass that were my mirror, the subterranean springs of grief that welled up into the shelter you built for me and furnished with such a luxury of love that I'm free now and know I can love in harmony and trust in time to bring everything right without any worry or conflict. Everything I struggled toward and failed to realize is easy now. Faith and wisdom, wisdom and faith. I can't thank you enough, but even so, thanks.
vampire's wet dream. A visit to the gynecologist's office for a cervical exam. A visit to the gynecologist's office, courtesy Miss Lamel Sykes. And a round of applause, if you will. Now we have a few words from the founding fathers of the Committee for Public Safety, the force of nature himself. Please welcome Mr. Geoff Morris.
Hello. My name is Geoff, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Geoff. Hi, Geoff.
I had my first drink when I was 15, and I was at a party with my girlfriend from high school. We were both virgins, and I was drinking Boone's Farm that night. Well, I had enough to drink so that during the band's break at the party, I had the nerve to play the drums. And I made the mistake later of telling her that that was the high point of the party. Well, years later, I moved to Las Vegas with my now ex-wife. I moved here from Seattle, where I was recently recovering from my alcoholism, and I was enjoying a lot of recent sobriety successes. But I, out of loyalty to my marriage, moved here because her psychiatrist said that her depressiveness would probably be helped by the sunshine as opposed to that rainy, gloomy weather. And her rheumatologist said that that warmth would be an improvement over the damp cold for her arthritis. And her internist said that her circulation would be improved because of her juvenile diabetes. Diabetes wasn't a good thing. And her dermatologist said that her psoriasis would benefit from the sun. Well, about a month later, she said, "Geoff, I can't take Vegas. I'm leaving with you or without you." I said, "Here's $100 for gas. I hope it gets you where you want to go." On the other hand, now I'm remarried, and, you know, it seems to be working out. But I'm having really a lot of fun here tonight, and in my life in general. This that I consider the summer of my life, which is the first line of my next poem, which goes, "I want to tend the orchards in the summer of my life." Which I think is better than my previous poem's first line, which was, well, never mind. God damn it, John. Oh, not again tonight.
Come on, man. Hey, man.
You get that drunk out of here.
Yes, another soul, sadly taken in by Sin City's cheap beer.
Somebody else. I gave that shit up.
I know your age. Come on, man.
Excuse me, are you over 21, sir?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I just was given a news flash. Apparently, the Las Vegas Metro Police Department has lost the final round of Beat the Detainee Senseless. They lost out once again to Los Angeles. Better luck next year, guys. And now we have a very special something. The mistress of the blacklight painting. You'll notice on your right the lovely blacklight painting there, done by none other than writer and artist Miss Heather Brandeis.
I'm going to get a little help here from my good friend Penina, who has the best reading voice in the city of Las Vegas, and if else the Western Hemisphere. Okay, this story, I have to acknowledge the inspiration and input of two very important individuals. Jennifer Cherry, who is always a cool cat, even when I didn't know her. And of course, Mark Hollinger, who can take credit for a lot of things in my life, especially the night that this was written. Peace.
The cat who lost its meow. Elizabeth loved cats. Long, sleek ones, fat, fluffy ones, striped and calico, and playful, crazy ones. Cats that purred, and cats that stalked, and cats that flipped in the air when they walked. She had so many cats of her own, the kitties of the world would call her place home. There was Tigger, and Inky, and Boris, and Mink Toy, Bogart, Cademy, and Costello were boys. Sasha, Misty, Magic Kitty too, but the dearest one to Elizabeth was a cat, Bijou. Bijou was black with white gloves and chest like a penguin dress for dinner. A slight, silky, sinewy body that wasn't fat or thinner than the other kitties that shared his litter. His eyes were the bluest green and gold, and he could fetch rubber balls Elizabeth would throw. But Bijou was special, and later, renowned, for Bijou was the cat who lost its meow. When I say he lost his meow, I mean it's much like losing your voice. It's not like you have nothing to say, or your vocal cords aren't moist. Bijou's mouth would open, and all would strain to hear, but no sound left his mouth for any listening ears. It wasn't as if Bijou didn't try. He'd open his mouth when the singing cats cried, but the other cats got wise and played a joke, offered Bijou a solo, laughing at the poor load. See, the other cats were jealous, special indeed, said Cademy. I'll make him meow, I'll chase him up a tree. Though Elizabeth loved him best, Bijou felt like a fool, so he ran away because he heard that was cool. He'd searched for his fortune because he was proud, but most of all, he wanted to find his meow. I realize here I cannot express myself, but if I find my meow, my human Elizabeth would know how I felt. So he slipped into the night without a look of goodbye for his human Elizabeth to sit alone and cry, and all the other kitties, try as they may, gave little comfort to her when Bijou ran away. Bijou soon realized running away was hard, for even the most successful kitties didn't carry gold credit cards. The world was cold, he had no food, his shiny black coat was now turning blue. Just when he thought about giving up, a little blind girl lifted him up. He fell asleep on her porch swing. She sat down, startled by the furry thing, caressing him tenderly. Bijou awoke. I'm so glad you're okay. I thought you had croaked. I'll feed you, sweet kitty, if you tell me your name. Bijou's mouth opened, but the silence was insane. The girl heard nothing and seemed perturbed. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm sure you just heard. I'm only wanting to feed you. What? Are you a nerd? Then she reached
sent here by the aliens to promote intergalactic harmony. Impresario of Poetry Alive at Cafe Espresso Roma. A round warm of applause for Mr. John Emmons.
They shoot wild horses, don't they? Who could do such a thing? 5 wild horses gunned down in Red Rock Canyon, rotting horse meat, bleeding on the ancient sandstone. Who could do such a thing? Sighting down 35 scope on Winchester 30-06. Tired of targets and stumps and cactus. Wanna kill something. Who could do such a thing? Dangerous babies and 4x4s, bored of beer, looking for trouble. Cornered horses in a drunken frenzy, shooting in the shadows. Who do such a thing? Rodeo rowdy cowboy, embittered in Vegas, maybe thrown out in an FR, taking it out on his equine foes. Painted ponies, warrior steed, endangered species, Spanish seed, white man's Arabian burden beast, BLM water and feed, desert collides with the streets. Who could do such a thing? Skinhead Nazis practicing their aim. Who could do such a thing? Gangbangers on holiday, let off steam. In the wind, ghost of the herd. The herd is life. Life is the herd. Blood and muscle, hoof and legs. Rhythm of sense, sense of rhythm. Home, emotion, love, family, the land and sand and water and sun. Who could do such a thing? Who could do such a thing? Who could do such a thing? Could do such a thing. DUI. Dumb, ugly is. Dumb and ugly is what you get in a dog-eat-dog world of a cat and mouse games. Stick and carrot, dog and pony shows. What you see is not what you get in the revolution of lowered expectations. Nothing trickles down. 'Cause a rich man doesn't trust the eye of the needle. He's always betting on the camel and ultra slim fast. Dumb and ugly is what you get if all you see is some singing plastic surgeon's image of physical perfection. And the only people you relate to are the flickering images of primetime invaders to make you, your maid, your children seem dumb and ugly. Dedicated to suburbia everywhere. It's entitled Just Beneath the Facade. Picture your typical picture of suburbia. It's not difficult, whether you live in Northtown or at the lakes. Certainly the same, whatever county or state. Well-kept suburbia. Kind of nice, but the trees have grown up. Upper crust, except late model 4x4s parked in the front of each. Hard-working family man, weekend getaway. Home too long on the holidays. Something's gotta give. Jeez, the bitch freaked out, tore off her clothes. She had my gun and started screaming, fuck me now or I'll shoot you dead. God, it scared the hell out of me. The alarm went out all over the neighborhood. Everybody's dogs started in. You could hear the yelling, screaming, shrill, spreading, and everyone was watching the same movie of the week. And out on the front, you hear the sound of the big V8s cranking up like the chorus of emasculated baboons. All the guys wind up down at the Pink Pussycat, looking at something better than what's waiting at home. All the women tune into the Foxy network for studs. The TV screen's a little snowy from the hundreds of vibrators clicking in, kicking in. Oh, just another neurotic, horny, frustrated, average American weekend. Brought to you by your television sponsors. Just letting us know what's really going on.
I got a poem called Corpse. Saw corpse, bloody corpse, smelly corpse, beef corpse, corpse. Wish I was a miracle.
A corpse is a corpse, of course.
Corpse!
Well, that's, of course, the name of the corpse. It's the famous Mr. Dead.
Fuck. Yeah, I said it.
It's amazing what Dale Carnegie can do for America's youth, isn't it? And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a band that was banned from over 40 countries. They have a motto, but I'm not going to say it. Please welcome the one and only Cornhole.
We
you don't just create the poop. We are the poop.
Blue blockers! Go, blue! Big blue blockers!
Right now, I'd like to give a quick introduction to our next poet. A round of applause for the Blank Orchestra over here. We have on guitar, Mr. Brian Weiss. Also on guitar, in the dog collar, Mr. Jim Singer. On drums, Mr. Geoff Stewart. On bass, Gina Peterson. And of course, the multifaceted, multi-talented Mr. Tony Wells on Penina. Also, we'd like to thank the fabulous Ford Minton for his artwork in the back there. And we like that living room right there. We want to thank Dr. Todd Jones for giving us his chest to paint. Yes, that man is faculty, even old me. Well, so much for your career now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in just one moment, we will have the one and only muse for... Oh, I'm sorry, we have to wait. Well, in that case, Tony, come back here. Come here. This man right here. While we're waiting, I want to introduce another founding father of the Committee for Public Safety, Mr. Mr. Anthony Bondi, the Duke of Digital Collage, the Mandarin of Montage, the voice of reason. Tony is the visual coordinator of tonight's production. He created all of this. Oh God, here comes Harold.
If you guys are gonna waste time, why didn't you do something cool like stick a turd in your ear, wear a dead cat around your neck? I don't know, anything.
Okay, she's ready.
Stall! Are we stalling? No, because Stalin's a Russian. Right.
Misha, how does that man next to you? All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the muse of Las Vegas, the lovely and delightful Mrs. Dena Rash Anson.
It is easier to suck marrow from heated bones. Hand firmly planted, teeth, mouth, and tongue work the pink loose. We put the pressure on these, the innocents, both infant and ancient. We expect stillness. Massacre is daily bread for a starving world, where slaves plant bullets, missiles sprout. Death is the bounty. No one has to scour dumpsters for it. No child cries through the night needing for it. Thievery occurs and hands are sheared off. Hunger occurs and children are sucked upon. Stop up thy wells and torch thy barns. A limited mockery amuses nonetheless. La-dee-da, a picnic, cold chicken, wine. Angels flew overhead and virgins played the violin. Remember joy. Remember security and the serenity of love and a warm, full belly. Famine spreads panic like wildfire. Lives sold for a loaf, rank sold for a cake. Men began to devour one another, the flesh of a son preferred to his love. And I am hungry as well. Give me your hand, your foot, your eye. Give me a fish wish, a slice of lie. Fret not. I cannot eat with a twisted tongue. You must be the one to suck the marrow from the bones, to eat the children and their homes. I pawned my life, I sold my rank. So here, my love, a slice of cake. I do recall cold chicken and wine, a picnic with virgins and angels in time, to relish the sweet, low whisper of you. I am starving, bullet-riddled, and through.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the very finest poets in Las Vegas, and a truly fabulous babe. Even if she did say she wouldn't marry me if Ken died. I forgive you. Please welcome Miss Penina Figler.
I said you have to give it time. In closing, and bugger, I think Las Vegas has art. And in honor of one of the most, it is art. It was having so much fun until all those people who thought we knew what art was got here. But one of my favorite art occasions was the implosion of the dunes. That was so much fun. And I had the opportunity to write a poem about it. It's called Boom. I say it was an opportunity because someone asked me to do it, and then I was very thankful that they did. If you had $1 million, maybe you do, I don't know. Would you put it in the bank? Invest it? I mean, spend a few $1,000 to call in an advisor. Put some in an IRA, some in a money market fund, buy real estate in Las Vegas, Colorado, and East Germany. Buy a few stocks, a few bonds, give 1/10 to a house of God, a little bit to save endangered land and species, then, with what was left over, buy a house and a car. If somebody gave you $1 million, maybe you'd fill the sky with light. Thousands of sparkly explosions going boom, boom, boom. You could start a business, a cafe, a gallery, a futuristic school for metaphysicians, import-export, office supplies, manufacture windmills, manufacture furniture, manufacture houses. You could start a trust fund for American poets or artists with a very strict trustee so they can't spend it all on beer. You could spend it all on beer, or excellent wine, or excellent marijuana, or cocaine, or a colorful variety of hallucinogens, or very healthy food, or a very lovely health spa. Go for a master's degree, or a PhD, or a ride in a space shuttle, or embark on a fantastic science experiment. Man, if I could be $1 million proud, maybe I'd fill the sky with light. Thousands of sparkling explosions going boom, boom, boom. If you had $1 million, and maybe you do, maybe you do, would you be sitting here like this? Or would you be out there like Jesus, healing the sick, feeding the hungry, giving out free Bibles? Hey, what an impact. Like, boom. Buy a car. Buy a house. Buy clothes. Computer stuff. Cool electronic things. Buy presents. Buy dishes. A couch. Take a year off. Take a trip. Take a cruise. Dig a little hole and bury it. Man, if somebody gave me $1 million, maybe I'd fill the sky with light. Thousands of sparkling explosions going boom, boom, boom. If I could be $1 million angry, maybe I'd explode something. I've always wanted to explode something. When I was 14 and mad at my mom, I'd go outside and look at the buildings and pretend I could just reach out my arm and shove them over. Boom! 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 It was a secret. I never told anybody. Not long ago, I closed my eyes and had a sit-down talk with the brooding 14-year-old that still shadowed me. I asked you, what do you want? What do you need me to do? You said, nothing I do means anything. I have no power. I said, hey, let's go. So we went outside and got real big like giants, and we walked down the street and just reached out our giant arms and shoved over building after building. Boom! 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 We didn't even have to justify it to city officials with words like explosion. Man, if somebody gave me $1 million, maybe I'd fill the sky with light. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I would call in an advisor. How much of that would go to taxes, old bills, pleasing my parents, or the aberrations of my parents, or buying off the jealousy of my less fortunate friends? Maybe I'd dig a little hole and bury son. Then maybe, with what was left over, after I had ransomed my fear and guilt, just because I went around spouting off about it, I'd give a little fireworks show in the park. Boom. If you could be $1 million joyful and exuberant, maybe you'd explode something. Maybe you've always wanted to explode something. So happy you could burst. Boom. Imagine standing in the high tower of a house of God, Jordan River a couple of miles behind you, pillars anointed, named by an angel, and dreams descending like thousands of sparkly crystalline Jacob's ladders, thousands of heavens at your fingertips, unfolding in burst after burst after burst of light. Boom.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Dena Rash Anson will attempt to break the Guinness World Record for continuous hula hooping. So grab an espresso, it's going to be a long night.